So good evening, good morning, good afternoon, lovely, lovely friends. Thank you very much for joining in. You are live with me. You are, just as live as I am here with you today because it is Tuesday and I'm always here on Tuesdays. And then you know the time very well, so it's all there. So thanks very much for joining me. I'm your host, Zsuzsanna Hörcsög, and this is our show, Zsuzsanna Medium. And as you can see, where I am right now, well, it is winter. So, we feel that we want to feel comfortable. And that's why I was thinking, let's make it a little bit different this time, this show. But I'm not saying let's hope, because Spirit is going to give me what I need to talk about. So, if you are joining in, make a nice cup of tea for yourself and make it nice and cozy and settle down with your cushions or the pillows, just like how I was playing around with my pillows. And, while I was doing this, I even found a little teddy bear. So get a teddy bear as well, make it comfortable for you. Because, sometimes we just need to have that energy. And if you are like me, and it doesn't matter if you are a Capricorn or not, but you see I'm a Capricorn. So when January begins, then we are focusing and we are in action and we are doing this and that. But it's so easy to forget about looking after ourselves and making our environment or our frequency around ourselves, just nice and comfortable. And interestingly, while I was getting ready or, getting my tidying up a little bit my pillows here, it really made me think, sometimes we just need to have those pillows and cushions around. And, sometimes we want to play the cushion fight and pillow fight. And, we need to do that. We just have to be that playful energy. And sometimes we need a pillow to hug if you don't have our loved one nearby. We can still hug a pillow and go to sleep. Or, we can have our pillows to cry into. And it's not because the time we are going through, but actually, yes, I think I need to mention the time, because lot of inner reflections have been taking place. And you might find that quite unprecedentedly, you suddenly feel this way or that way. And you just need to feel into those energies and those frequencies, those emotions. So my invitation is, just really allow it to be experienced. And it's not because we want to do something, but once we feel that the energy is showing us something, especially when you feel it with your physical body, then let's just flow, let's just allow that energy. And then it comes from your heart. And then the more we are working with our heart frequency, and honestly, I'm doing it. I've got a lot of things are coming up, and it's very important to really look after ourselves. So that is one of the invitation I thought I'm going to share here with you. But the other thing is, because you see, if you have been watching my shows, sometimes there is a theme, and now we are talking about that. And Spirit is giving me lots of ideas, and by the time I'm here, we are there. But you see, on this occasion today, even a good hour ago, I said to Spirit, I'm going to be here. Show me what I need to talk about or share about. And suddenly there was this silence, and you know what silence means. And I just remembered one little story which happened today, a little incident or something what happened earlier. And that led me to think about what I'd like to share here, which is, we can belong to various groups on social media or real life community groups. And somebody put a note in one of the groups saying that somebody needs a little help. If somebody can go over to that person's house and just check on with the person. And then suddenly I thought I can't go over there because he's in a different town. But immediately I thought, I can sit down, I can light a candle. So I sat down and started praying, and I said, I'm going to send healing, even if we cannot be there, but energetically we can be there for each other. And at the back of my mind, there was that energy that, maybe I could do something else with the 15 minutes. But I said to myself, it's really part of our journey. And then it's not because the other person needs help and I'm here and available and the energy is available. So it's nothing to do with me. But we need to be present to that energy that when there is a call, we are all there for each other. And it's not just, I'm just talking about anything airy-fairy and comfortable and fluffy things and all these emotions or energies. But once you tap into that energy that you are there, and up to the point when you sit down and you light a candle and you send your intention out for the greatest and then the goodness and then the most benefit for the person, so the person is getting the best as well as all of us are getting the best, then up to that point you are yourself. But then once you sit down and you are in the space that you are feeling your breathing and then you are feeling your own body going very comfortable, and then the whole energy after that point is nothing to do with you, because then you are feeling the frequency, you are feeling the energy. And then, of course, you are also receiving the healing energy as well as sending it to the other person. And before I started praying, I just visualized this person in good health and bounce and being cheerful and all together and all those wonderful things. So that is an invitation. You see, all the ideas are still around, but I know you are going to put it together because you know how energy works or how I sometimes bring things here. But what made me really resonate that actually, yes, we are there for each other. And the times what we are living right now, even if you cannot go to somewhere or meet somebody, or even if the person is not asking for help, we can still send out love. We can send out intentions, fine intentions, the best intention we can bring forward, and then a prayer. So my invitation, because today I'm going to take one caller, because that is a mission I love talking to, but I would really like us to pray. And it's not that, you belong to certain faith or not, because I'm practicing what I'm practicing, but it really made me think that the words what we say in a form of blessings and prayers and chants or songs, or even just a bright word, what we say is immediately raising the frequency, not just for yourself, but then for everybody out there. So whether you are thinking of somebody who needs healing and love, maybe some extra bit of love right now, or we all need that energy. Or if you cannot think of anything and anybody, just open your mind and open your heart and send a prayer to those who might need it in this very moment as we are sitting here and talking. And then if you are listening as a replay, the energy works exactly the same way, because a ripple effect, so you might be here live with me today on the 18th of January 2022, or you might be listening a month's time, but then the energy and then the intention and then the goodwill is there, and we just really need to be present to that frequency. So what I'm going to do, because you don't really hear me talking or saying anything in my own language, which is Hungarian, but I just thought today I'm going to tell you a prayer. I'm going to say my prayer, and I'm going to say it in Hungarian, and even if you don't understand it, feel your own prayer and send your own blessings to all the loved ones who might need that extra bit of love and care and blessings. And then just see them in your mind's eye, in full health and full in all life, the life energy, what they can experience in this very moment. So the prayer I'm saying is suddenly I wanted to say in English, it is going to come to me. But I'm going to say it in Hungarian, and I'm sending the prayer to all of you who might be listening right now or anytime on replay here. So my prayer goes. Mi atyánk, ki vagy a mennyekben, szenteltessék meg a te neved. jöjjön el a te országod, legyen meg a te akaratod, miképpen mennyben, azonképpen itt a földön is. Mindennapi kenyerünket add meg nekünk ma, és bocsáss meg a mi a vétkeinket, miképpen mi is megbocsájtunk az ellenünk vétkezőknek. És ne vigy minket a kísértésbe, de szabadíts meg a gonosztól, mert tiéd az ország, a dicsőség, mindörökkön örökké. Amen. And as you are breathing, as you continue breathing, send that love, send that bright sparkle to surround that person or to surround that community where you want to send your love and your prayer. And then just as you move forward, I feel it's so important that we tap into that frequency, that it is not just when somebody needs help, but as we move around in everyday life, in our families and in our communities, we feel that love and we feel that light in our heart. And whether you have time to say your prayer or your blessing or any bright frequency, what you can send out to the person next to you, just remember that is in the times of difficulties and challenges, that is one of the greatest things what we can do for ourselves and for each other. So just feel it, and if you are listening right now, maybe on replay, pause this conversation and use that time to reflect. Or even if you are listening right now, reflect. Maybe words will come to you, and then you wish to write down your words, or you maybe want to draw a picture, or you want to create something, or maybe you think that, oh, I want to send a card to that person, and or you make a card. If you don't find a card in your card collection, you just get something and then you draw, and then you write your own words. And what is really beautiful, if you say your prayer and your blessings, and then when you send your love, the words will continue coming to you, and those words are coming from your heart. And then you might experience that what you are saying, you have never ever said, and you have never ever wished. And then that is the opening, that is the opening to work with your higher consciousness, with spirit or with God, or any of always the highest of the highest frequencies, or angels, whom you can invite to your life. So continue, take this frequency and take it with you throughout the whole week, and even any time when you feel that is what you need to experience. We can never underestimate the power of the frequency, what we say, what we sing, what we chant, what we say or send out as a highest of the highest intention or blessings or prayers. And whatever form we can access in any moment, we just need to remember that whatever is happening around us in our lives, then that is the most important thing to remember. And it's interesting because I started with a cushion, so that is one comfort, and that is one beauty, what we can experience. And I'm giving a love to myself when I'm feeling comfortable and looking after myself. But then you see, might be just with my physical being, my mental and emotional being. But then there is a higher frequency, and we can every single one of us can tune into that frequency. So take this invitation and just step into, feel it, sense it, and share it with somebody else. So I felt I needed to tell you this, and yes, so thank you for just listening to this little segment here. And it's quite interesting because the thoughts about what I'm going to talk to you today, they were all the thoughts about, different things, but then had to experience that space just before the beginning of this show to feel into that frequency. And maybe this is what we needed to feel, to experience and sense. So here we go. Was said with love. So I'm going to go for my one caller today, who is Mandy in York, North Yorkshire, England. So Mandy, how are you?
Okay, thank you.
Oh, thank you very much for calling in. How funny. You know, we are actually quite close to each other. And then I was actually thinking about going up to York. I've got some family up in, okay, I'm not going to tell you the small town because it's a small town. But yes, I'll go into Whitby, you know, and having maybe a long weekend over or something.
That's true, yeah.
Visiting those places, absolutely. There is a lovely coffee shop, you know, the narrow street, and then at the end of the narrow street, there is a lovely, very old, very beautiful, I think 12th century, 11th century little coffee shop. You know, the big beams rub your head, and then the little windows, the tiny windows, you know. So those of you who visited England, you know, the windows, the little ones in old buildings, and then you just have to go there, and then from there you see the whole. Oh, it's absolutely beautiful. So thank you for being here, neighbors.
Thank you.
So how can I help you today?
My husband died last year very suddenly and unexpected. He wasn't that old. I just can't seem to move on. I can feel him, and he's been in touch with me, but I'm just stuck. And I just don't know how to. Everybody seems to have moved on, but I haven't.
Yes. You know, it's quite interesting because I was thinking that today's conversation we might have a little talk about how we move on and or how we experience our life. You know, because I feel there are two things. One of them is, you know, people talk about moving on and you will move on and time heals and all these kind of things. But then when we are at a place of great loss and bereavement and we don't see maybe the way out, or we see the way out, but we still feel the emotions, the energies that we need to feel all those emotions, you know, because as I'm listening to your words, I'm hearing like other people move on. You know, and even when we say that somebody died, somebody passed a year ago, the emotions and the energies are so very much around. There can be an expectation from other people that, oh, we are moving on, but everyone's experience is just unique, you know. So the invitation to you is allow what you are experiencing, because especially when you feel your husband's energy. He's you know, he's around and he's trying to do little things, cheer you up and being a little naughty sometimes. That is what I feel. But for you, it is important to know that there is no time limit, and there is no linear time when we are in the process of healing, you know? And in our understanding, because this is taking, when we lose somebody, it is taking, and I'm not talking about years, so we need to forget about the timeline, because it is everyone's very unique experience. And especially when we had very, very strong bond with the individual. Moving on means that we are experiencing, moving on means that we are experiencing ourselves. There is no limit to that. And whatever form you feel that you need to experience it, you just need to allow it to happen. If it comes to you that I cannot cry, after a year I cannot cry, then it's okay. It's okay to experience that I cannot cry. If it comes to you that I am crying on every anniversary or any birthday or every moment when I'm looking at a picture, then this is what we need to do. If anything reminds you of your husband and you feel emotion anywhere in your body, ask guidance, and then Spirit is going to step in and helping with the healing process. If you feel that the emotion is somewhere stuck in the body, like I suddenly can't talk or I can't breathe, you know, or I'm feeling breathing on one side of the body but not on the other one, the invitation is always, I need to be present because my body is showing me something, you know, and I cannot rush myself I need to be present to that. And my greatest honestly, the invitation, and that's why when I speak to anybody who has just or who have just lost somebody, that we need to experience everything fully, emotionally, mentally, and physically. From my own experience, and just very in a nutshell, that once we are holding to things, holding on to things, and not allowing it to come forward, later years, sooner or later, we need to deal with those energies, you know? So from my own experience, that's why I'm saying to everybody that when you feel that I need to experience something, and the emotions can come so very suddenly, you know, and then just out of nowhere, I'm just feeling it's washing me over, you know. I need to experience it. Allow yourself. And then the people around you, there is no expectation. We need to understand that, you know, people might expect this or that, but when we are on the journey of healing, especially after such loss, people need to understand if they are not on the frequency, our job is to bring ourselves back and be clear with the boundaries, you know, because all of us need to understand that healing happens for everybody at a different stage, at a different pace, and then there is no time to that, you know. There is no time.
You can't rush it, can you?
Say again?
You can't rush it. It happens when it happens, doesn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. And then you see it goes to, so those viewers who lost a friendship or a relationship. So it's not necessary when somebody passes over, but we need to allow time to heal. We can't just move on. We can't pretend. We can't pretend that everything is fine, because the energy is building up. You know, it's building up itself. And then we can create so very quickly different blocks and blockages within our physical body, our mental and emotional body. So there is no time for that. And while I'm saying this is quite lovely, because when we are saying our prayers and when we are saying our gratitude for the time we spent together with the person, it is so important to experience it, because we are saying it with heart energy, but then we need to cry, and then we need to experience that emotion, and we just cannot rush that. You know, we cannot forget. That's why we are here on this earth plane in human forms, and we are given the emotions to experience what we need to experience. One of the greatest learning for all of us is how we are attached to people and situations or things in our life. The most painful what we feel is when we lose somebody, when we really want to belong to somebody and we really want to have their energies with us always, forever. But our human experience is such that you know, we come here, we live our life, and then we move on. And then those of us who stay here, we feel the loss, we feel the sadness. For those who passed over, you know, those who passed over, their frequencies are about light. They come back, they come forward, and they say, I am all right, I am all right. And then while I'm saying this, if you understand, sometimes you feel your husband on your left side and giving you healing, or sometimes when you feel I need to cough or I need to experience the energy in my heart, he's healing you. Whether he was a healer, but then there is an intention that his right hand is on your back and holding the space for you, you know. And then what he's saying is that I'm always here, as if there's a little basket, you know, how he's keeping the space for you. So for them who passed over, they are in light, you know, with our prayers, with our blessings, they are on their journey to get the healing what they need. And when they are ready, they come forward, and then immediately they are there for us, because they are reminding us that we are here to live our own lives. And then the blessings and the love they give from that frequency, from the dimension, is there for us to get the strength and then the courage. And in that way, they are encouraging us to be really fully present to our lives. And then, of course, there are moments when we just think about them, or from the corner of the eye, we notice something and immediately, or we hear a song, or we walk past a restaurant, or any such place, or you make your coffee and then it feels like as if your husband was making it, So any minor thing can remind us, but allow to experience what you need to experience. Now, I can see I've got only 1 or 2 minutes left. So, Mandy, what really helped me is I was writing, and then I put everything in writing. And also, I think, we live in a time where we can find communities where we can talk about, or where we can express ourselves. So, and then also at the same time, looking after ourselves, because even after a year, you might feel, I still need a little bit more sleep. So that just follow what your body, what your energy is showing you, Feel free to send me an email if you would like to chat. And I will be very happy to send you healing. In fact, I'm sending you healing as well. And then the prayers were there. Yes. So thank you for calling in, and stay well, stay warm, especially in North Yorkshire. Oh my goodness me. So let's hope that, the spring is coming. And I always say in January, the spring is coming. So here we go. But thank you very much for being here. And oh my goodness me, the conversations we need to take is always the perfect ones. So thanks very much for being here. Now, the rest of our audience, I hope you enjoy this little bit different conversation. I had my cards here, and I different things we will do next time. Next time I will have guests, so guest conversations are back to my show. Thanks very much for being here. I was your host, Zsuzsanna Hörcsög. That was our show, Zsuzsanna Medium. Come back next Tuesday and have a warm and heartfelt week ahead. Sending you lots of love and many, many blessings. Thanks very much. Thank you. Thank you.